0, 1.
Let's get started.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Black and White United show. I'm your host Andreas and thank you so much for tuning in. So I do apologise for the absence over the last it's been about a week now. It's been a massive week. As you know, I got married, so that was pretty awesome. And my son got christened, so that was all fantastic. But let's just get straight into it. There's been some pretty big news over the last couple of days, which I think most people have heard about, which has been pretty interesting. But also we're going to reveal the interchange on my best 23 for 2025. And then I'm going to do the emergencies as well, because there was a couple of stiff omissions there. But yeah, let's get straight into it and we'll see what you guys think. Okay, so there's been a bit of rumors and stuff going around, which I haven't really gone into 100% purely because I haven't had a lot of time, but I want to get everyone's opinion on the possibility that the Pies could potentially be going after Matt Rowell from Gold Coast in 12 months time. Now, if we're going to have the salary cap room 100%. If we happen to have the picks to go with it, for me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, that's your midfield for the next 10 years sorted. And the last few years, I think he's been relatively injury-free. He had a back injury, he had a knee injury and stuff when he first started. That first season that he played, I'm pretty sure he may have won the Brownlow medal if he didn't get injured halfway through the season. So I'm pretty if we want to go for it, 110%, because you got Tom McGuan coming in, which will be fantastic for us, because you got that youth there, that good talent. I think it's been said that he's a top 20, top 10 pick in next year's draft regardless, but we're going to have the currency for him to go for father-son, which is fantastic. But if we were to get someone like Matty Rowell in 12 months time, I mean, you're talking about a potential midfield there of Nick Dacos, Jack Crisp, Matt Rowell, Tom McGuan, Josh Dacos may even be in there. Houston will get a run through the middle and stuff too. So there's a lot there. DeGoey as well. So I mean, that's a pretty decent midfield. That and if you just add that player there, but that's a watch for 12 months. If that does happen, I'm all for it. If we can make it happen and not give up the bank for it, as in the picks, then 100%. You can't lose in that situation there. I think the clubs, I mean, wherever there's smoke, there's fire. So this has obviously come out because someone said something and it's got some sort of, there's something there, right? And I do believe that we're going to go after another big midfielder. It's going to be interesting. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting to see, because I'm pretty sure Bontempelli is an unrestricted free agent in this time next year. Could be wrong. But that one there would be the ultimate goal to go for. But I mean, they'll probably sign him up within the start of the season, let's be real. So yeah, Matty Rowell, Pies, I mean, future first, potentially another player. If it happens, what do you want? And go from there. But there's some more news that's come out too today. Let's get into it. So this is where I think the Pies are going big here. So today we traded off pick 58 in the draft for pick 60 and for pick 66. Now, when that came out, people were like, what's going on? Why would we do that? Why would we trade pick 58 and go 2 picks back? The reason being, I think what they're trying to do is bundle those 2 picks up and then give them to another club for a pick potentially in the 30s or 40s. So if you're looking at a club like, I don't know, St Kilda, Richmond, one of the lower clubs that's got an abundance of picks, and they might need some other picks for points or whatever it is, we've now got that for another club to try and go up. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. Most of my assumptions are roundabout spot on, so I'm hoping that this is one. Otherwise, I'll look like a dick, but whatever. But I'm thinking there's no reason for us to go back, right, in this draft with the hand that we've already got. We've got the extra pick, which is fantastic, but I think that's to get the points and say, hey, listen, these two here will get you the points you need. Give us a pick there. So I think it's because they're after Sims from the Northern Knights and they want to try and push up a little bit because they may have some sort of inkling that another club could be after him, and he, from more reports, wants to come to Collingwood. So we'll have to see what happens there, but I think that's the reason why. So people are getting a bit funny about it I've seen on socials, like, why would we do that? Why would we go back? There's a method to the madness. Go back a couple of spots, but get the 2 picks, and then we can trade them and hopefully get a pick in the 30s or the 40s. And remember, this is something that people are still forgetting because I can see it on social media. And I don't understand why people forget this stuff. There is going to be clubs that are going to bid on academy players, father-son players, or whatever, right? If that happens, and these other clubs then have to use their points of picks to get that player, we're going to go up in the list. Even if we didn't do this, our picks in the 50s would go up. So now, if you think about it, these picks that are pick 60 and 66 are potentially worth pick 58, 59, a pick 50 and a pick 60. Who knows what it could work out to be on the night. So I think the club's doing the right thing, and then we'll have to see what happens. I'm just hoping that someone bids for Isaac Keiko, because if someone does that, Essendon are going to have to use a whole bunch of picks. If someone bids on the Camperelli twins, the Carlton are going to have to use their picks to go. I mean, they're going. It's going to happen, right? They're going to go to those clubs. Who cares? But at least it pushes us up the ladder for that there. So it's a wait and see what happens on draft night, but it's going to be very, very interesting. But moment of truth, let's reveal the bench for my team. And now I'm going to get some comments here, but this is what I think is the perfect. I'm going to explain it to you in detail. So here we go. Okay, so for my interchange, I've got some players missing out. So hear me out, because it's a tight squeeze. If you guys should try to do this, it's actually pretty full on. But I've got Pendlebury on the bench because he can obviously, I think he's going to play a bit more half-back, potentially even some half-forward as well as some midfield this year, with the inclusions that we've got in the side. And the young guys sort of have taken that wave through the midfield now. I think it's actually better for him. So he'll start off on the bench. Side bottom as well. I still think he's, in our best team every day of the week. So he'll probably start on the bench. Very similar role to Pendlebury I think he'll have this year. I'm still sort of fancying Lipinski and Perryman on the wings. So that's that. McCreary, Bull, half forward, quick rotations. Him, Hill, McCreary, Schultz, and Elliott. I just see them, just the dynamic there is just unreal. And obviously McCreary is going to be pushing right into those stoppages. Every single stoppage, I think, like in the forward, like forward of centre, he'll be right in there as an extra mid, right next to Nick Dacos, which is going to be fucking awesome. Mason Cox, I will die by the sword with this. He's in our best 23 every week. Look at the way that Darcy Cameron played this season. When Mason Cox is in the team, he becomes a better player. You need him in that side. He needs to be in there. He start off on the bench, and then when you've got the Myercheck and McStay combination as well, one of them has to rotate on. He can then just go straight in or potentially into the ruck, and then Cameron goes forward. And then whenever Cox and Cameron have to rest up forward for whatever reason, they're going to draw the main defender because of the height, right? Because they'll be able to clunk them, which then leaves Tim Membry to come in, right, and do his thing, which will be just fucking awesome to see. So as my sub, I've got Will Hoskin Elliott, and that is simply because he can play on any line. So if you've got an injury or something's happened, you've got to make a quick change for whatever, you can put him in the half-back line, you can put him in the wing, in the middle, you can more on the wing, but you can put him on the half-forward line as well. So he will just go in there, jack of all trades, and just get it all done for you. So probably stiff not to be starting or on the actual bench, but he's a sub. He's the perfect sub. it works every day of the week. And I just think that, you know, I would like to see him obviously break a game open, but there has been games where he's been a sub and he's come on and he's just he's just torn it up, which is awesome. So, but for him to be a sub, that just shows you how tight this squeeze is. The three, there's four really, but the three that I've put in the emergency is Billy Frampton, because you probably need that another tall defender, like waiting in the wings. I got Ed Allen. I think he's gonna just break it open this season. Probably needs another AFL preseason, a proper one under his belt. But once he gets his opportunity, he is going to smash it. And you saw what he did against Melbourne as well. And then I've got Tom Mitchell as the emergency. Tom Mitchell, I was like thinking, maybe do I take the Cox out? Do I take Cox out of it, and put Mitchell in? Do I put Mitchell on in the mid? But I just can't see it at the moment. I just think he's a little bit slower now. You see the posts and stuff. You can see he's having a big preseason, which is awesome. And you want that. And I hope he does break into the team. But on mine, it just doesn't fit at the moment. And for a player like him, premiership player, Brownlow medalist, you know, so many disposals, it's stiff. It's so hard to do, but that's what I've got. So I'll pop that up here now. I've probably missed someone. If I have, I apologize. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. And my entire team, I am going to post now, so you'll be able to see it. So we'll just go over. So I got Maynard, Moore, Quainer, Josh Dacos, Howe, Houston, Perryman, Crisp, Lipinski, Hill, McStay, Elliott, Schultz, Myercheck, Membry. You got Cameron, DeGoey, Nick Dacos. And then on the bench, Pendlebury, Sidebottom, McCreary, Cox, Hoskin, Elliott as the sub, Frampton, Allen, and Mitchell as the emergencies. I mean, stiff for Will Parker. Harvey Harrison, obviously, he's got his knee, so can you imagine when he comes in? Markov as well, once the whole delisted free agent thing, he's going to be pushing like crazy to try and get a few games in this season. TJ is probably not there yet. Jacob Ryan, not there yet. But these players are going to come in, and when they do, it's going to be awesome. So that's my team. That's it for me for now. Sorry for the delay. Obviously, it's been a pretty big week. But I hope you guys like it. Leave a comment, call it as you see it, and tell me what you think. I love the discussion. But yeah, that's all from me, and I will post a video within the next couple of days. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Oh, and as always, go the Pies.